My name is Elizabeth Blumenstock. I've played with Philharmonia since its second concert, having heard about the orchestra at its first concert. I play violin, and in Philharmonia that means I could be sitting anywhere, just about. I can sit at the back of the second violin sections, I can sit in the concertmaster's chair, I can stand up and play a solo, I can be hidden from view somewhere in the middle of the section, so I have a lot of possibilities there. This violin is a very special instrument. It was built in Cremona, Italy in 1660 by the father of a family that was to become very famous for building beautiful violins. His name was Andrea Guarneri, and his grandson, Guarneri del Gesù, became incredibly famous, and in fact his instruments now regularly sell for many millions of dollars. So this was built by Dad, or granddad, as the case may be, and is a very beautiful example of Baroque violin building in the 17th century. It's slightly smaller, ever so slightly smaller than a modern violin, and it's just extremely beautiful and wonderful to see something that has survived for almost 350 years in such beautiful condition. Okay, on your right is my old violin, and I bet you could tell just from looking. And on your left is my copy violin, my new one. This one over here, this bright shiny one, was built in 1995 in Parma, Italy. And for those of you who like fancy food, I call this my violino parmigiana. And it was copied after a Stradivarius, not quite the same model, not a Guarneri model violin. So it's a little bit different. It's a tiny bit bigger. It's way shinier. You can see that. That's because it's new. Varnish hasn't had time to age and get damaged and get polished a million times. It's just very shiny and very bright and very even. You can see in the older violin that there's a more varied texture and a varied color. Old instruments sound different from new ones, but it's a fairly subtle thing. It's possibly something that's mostly experienced under the ear of the person who's playing. The thing I love about old instruments and this instrument is that it's incredibly clear. You have the sense that the wood has been thoroughly aged, like dare I say, a good wine. The wood it's like it's been clarified, and sound just flows through it. With a new violin, the wood is not aged, it's not thoroughly cured in a sense, not fully dry, depending on the wood that you're using. Often it's not fully dry. It's certainly not 300 years or more dry. And sometimes clarity is sometimes missing from these newer instruments. That's not always the case, though. A lot depends on the art of the maker. I happen to love my modern copy very much. I think he's a wonderful maker. His name was Desiderio Quercetani. Beautiful name and a beautiful instrument, and I think it sounds quite mature for its young age.